shit get out of hand, but they smile, 'cause you've been so long without a man. And it won't be long till you're out of bands. The only thing you really need is a husband. The only thing you really need is a husband. Neighbors know this shit get out of hand, but they smile, 'cause you've been so long without a man. And it won't be long till you're out of bands. The only thing you really need is a husband. The only thing you really need is a husband. The only thought you ever need is I trust him. All your dreams, all your goals, it's promised with this ring I have in my hands. The main thing a nigga got is these plans. Got a plan for us, got a plan to grow, got a plan for homes, got a plan for bad times, got a plan for good times, got a plan for hood times, got a plan for hood crimes, got a plan for trust, got a plan for lust, got a plan for Beverly Hills. You know that's where they at. You know that's where they at. Beverly Hills. You know that's where they at. I don't really wanna go back to that. If I do, I know I'm going back to back. Breaking backs to backs. Imagine that, that's so hazardous, so I handle that. All you really need is a husband. Show you loving. Let him touch you, let him rub you, let him hug you, let him thug you, let him hold you down. All you need is a husband who gon' touch you, who gon' rub you, who gon' hug you, who gon' kiss you, who gon' miss you with no issue, with no issue, and no issue.
I'll come and slide by 8 p.m. and send a text to your DM. Buy honey for your fucking hair, too honey for your fucking nails. You running out of shoes to wear, so I bought you another pair. Girl, I got you another dress, so bring your ass up down them stairs. I buy you shit because you wear it, and plus because you know I care. Bitch, you know you love it here, that's why you keep on coming there. Your nigga can't compete, I swear. He tried but now he look too weird, baby. I'll come and slide by 8 p.m. and send a text to your DM. Buy honey for your fucking hair, too honey for your fucking nails. You running out of shoes to wear, so I bought you another pair. You running out of shoes to wear, so I bought you another pair.
I'll come and slide by 8 p.m. and send a text to your DM. Buy honey for your fucking hair, too honey for your fucking nails. You running out of shoes to wear, so I bought you another pair.
All right. So I want you guys to see this. Gotta pay attention to this. You gotta pay attention to this. So when I was live streaming last night, I highlighted it a little bit, but I just wanted to get back into the whiteboard, the X's and O's. I don't want to spend any time on it. But as you can see, a lot of empty seats, and this is going into halftime. So it's not quite halftime yet, but it's getting there. I think they were at commercial break. So when they came back from commercial break, they showed this. This was like a few minutes. I think that clock says, okay, it was like 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. There's 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. As you can see, lots of empty seats. And then I want to show you, look at this racist idiot right here. Knew what he was doing, saying Nigeria, please. And yeah, so that's the type of stuff you're dealing with him. So I wanted to make sure I got that because I was going to make a separate video highlighting, you know, how much of a piece of crap he is. But anyway, so this is also before the game began. So they took a photo before the game began. Normally, if in 2024 and 2025 preseason, these seats were all packed. I'm talking about right before tip-off, these seats were pretty much all packed. So this is tradition. They take these pics before they call the game, and normally all the seats are packed. Now, I'm pretty sure Debbie Antonelli and Pat Boylan were having a PTSD moment. Seriously, like they were shell-shocked. They were having a PTSD moment of what it was like before Caitlin joined the Indiana Fever. Okay, at least after their glory years, right? So when they won the championship and then everything went to hell after 2016, they had some good moments before that. But after 2016, it was just dead in the water. So I'm pretty sure Pat and Debbie, if they were being honest, they would say they looked at each other, they looked at the arena, and they had flashbacks to what it was like before Caitlin joined. And we're hoping that this wouldn't continue. And maybe this is just a preseason thing, but it isn't. It isn't, because the Golden State Valkyries had 18,000 people show up for a preseason game, right? So it isn't. We're seeing the Mystics and these other teams sell it out, except for the Chicago Sky. But like, that's essentially what that is. So this isn't. It's like, this is the real thing. This is the real thing, you guys. And you would say, well, why is that? Well, actually, let me go back. You see that idiot right here? You see that idiot right here? He's responsible for these fans not showing up. But Ben Daniels is also responsible. And you got some other YouTuber, he's a part of their group. He's responsible. And you got the people in the Twitter space like Correlation and everyone she has, some of the co-hosts, some of the other people on the stage, whatever they call it, the panel, whatever, people she's allowing to speak. Okay, and then you got that Crash Out dude and his space and his playback. Plus you got other people on Twitter with their little Caitlin Clark fan club groups. I'm not on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure that stuff was going on Facebook. I'm not on TikTok. I'm pretty sure that was going on TikTok as well. Wherever. So this is what's going on. So they said what? What did they say? They said, stop showing up to these games. Stop spending your money because the Fever are trying to ruin Caitlin Clark. And we're going to show the Indiana Fever our displeasure by not purchasing tickets. You didn't give Caitlin Clark any help. We don't want to watch prison ball. We want Stephanie White fired. We want her gone. And we don't like how you did us last season when Caitlin was injured and you paraded her around and made us believe she was going to play and then she didn't play. So we're going to punish you for this. We're going to punish you for how you mistreated Cece. And we want Stephanie White gone, and we don't want to watch prison ball anymore. And so we're going to punish the Fever. But by doing so, you're punishing Caitlin Clark. You're making Caitlin Clark look bad. So now Caitlin Clark doesn't look like she's at the top anymore. She doesn't look the most powerful, the most influential. She doesn't look like she's the face of the WNBA anymore. She doesn't look like she can carry weight. 2 preseason games, piss poor attendance. Piss poor. Okay? Absolutely piss poor. And she's not going viral if she's not tweeting about the NBA or the Chicago Cubs. So, and I've been telling you guys, this is what's been going on. Now, part of it is that Caitlin was out of sight, out of mind. We didn't get any highlights of her in the offseason except for throwing a touchdown pass in a Pacers practice facility. And then we got to see her with Team USA practicing and then in Puerto Rico. But that wasn't enough. We just saw commercials of her playing golf or something like that. It just wasn't enough. So when you're out of sight, out of mind, that doesn't help. Then the last image of you is you sitting on the bench injured. Then people start thinking about your stats. Damn, only 13 games. 13 represents 13 is supposed to be an unlucky number. She was injured. She had terrible stats in those 13 games. We don't really see her. This is a huge problem. And then you start adding on all of this type of stuff. Don't buy any tickets. Don't show up. Show your displeasure by not purchasing any tickets. We're going to show the Indiana Fever, but then you hurt Caitlin Clark. Now you've created a face of the W vacuum. You've created a face of the W vacuum. And so now Asia Wilson is the face. Or it's going to probably end up being Rickea Jackson as the face. Or maybe someone from LA. Or the Valkyries. Or Angel Reese in Atlanta. Or maybe Sonia Citron or Kiki or Georgia Amore. Something is going to happen. Or Flaugier in Seattle. Something is going to happen where Caitlin looks bad. Caitlin can't pack a crowd anymore. Caitlin can't pack them on the road anymore. Caitlin sucks right now in terms of bringing out the crowd. Meanwhile, we're looking at the Las Vegas Aces and they're packing them at home and Caitlin can't pack them at home. We're looking at the Atlanta Dream. Atlanta Dream are packing them at home and in the big stadium, the big arena where the Hawks play, they're packing it there too. Chicago Sky, it's the regular season. Dejanay Carrington is back. Everyone is healthy. Chicago is packing them at home now. Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd, the new faces of the WNBA, because of this face of the W vacuum that these idiots opened up. And so now the Dallas Wings are packing them. And now the face is Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd, and they'll say the WNBA went completely woke. That was the agenda, to make sure that the women who check all the boxes are now the face. No, you did that because you wanted to punish the Fever, not realizing that you would punish Caitlin Clark as well because they're connected at the hip, right? They're linked forever, inextricably linked. You cannot separate the two as long as she's on the Fever. So if you punish the Fever, you punish Caitlin Clark. And you make Caitlin Clark look like she can't sell out an arena. She loses her status. The perception of Caitlin Clark is now tainted. It's gone. It's dissipated. This sort of reach, this influence, this power, this popularity. She doesn't look too popular. She doesn't look too influential. She don't look too powerful anymore. She doesn't look like the face anymore. Now the face is Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd. Now the face is Sabrina Ionescu or someone on the Liberty or Asia Wilson or Angel Reese or Rickea Jackson or Sonia Citron or Flaugier. The face has now changed because you can't say, you can never say the face was Caitlin Clark for statistics, for accolades, for championships. That goes to Asia Wilson. Right? So if we're dealing with stats and accolades and championships, Asia Wilson is the face for everything on the court. Off the court, you would say Caitlin Clark. Right? You would have to get that to Caitlin Clark. But now when we look at Caitlin Clark, we look at these Fever games, there's empty seats all over the place. Empty seats everywhere. When we watch a Fever game on the road, it's not as packed as it used to be with Fever fans. Wait a second. But when I'm watching the Dallas Wings or these other teams, this place is packed. So you thought you were going to hurt the Fever, but you hurt Caitlin. Now she looks weak. She doesn't look like the leader of the WNBA off the court. It would have taken her years to try to catch Asia Wilson for MVPs and championships. That wasn't going to happen. It would have taken her years. But at least you could say, well, at least she's the face of the W. At least she's the face of the W off the court. Ratings, merchandise sales, ticket sales, all of that goes to Caitlin. Well, now when we look at Caitlin, the seats are all empty. Looks pretty bad. And it's because of that dude right there, the little dude who comes off as a racist. It's because of him. He's part of the problem. Ben Daniels, the guy who was mocking the civil rights movement, right? So that's a biracial dude mixed with black. He's black and white. He was mocking the civil rights movement. So you have him. I mean, he bent over and spread his cheeks for racist people by literally mocking the civil rights movement. And he's half African-American. He's half black. So you got that dude, black and white sports, Ben Daniels, some other dude that they're always talking about on YouTube. I have no idea who he is. You got other YouTubers. Then you got Correlation and everyone in the Twitter spaces and other people on Twitter, Facebook groups, other groups on Twitter, other Caitlin Clark fan club groups on Twitter. And they're all telling you, and it's some weird dude, Swift, they're all telling you to not purchase tickets. Don't buy any tickets. Show your displeasure. We're going to show the Fever that we don't want Stephanie White. We're going to show the Fever that we don't want to watch Prison Ball. We're going to show the Fever that we don't like how you withheld information, critical, serious information, sensitive information last season concerning Caitlin Clark's ankle injury. And how did she twist her ankle? So we're gonna show you our displeasure. And then there was some tweet for someone saying, go woke and go broke. It's just weird stuff like that. It's crazy. And now Caitlin looks weak. Now Caitlin looks like she can't move weight. Now everything is going to go back to the original Caitlin Clark. The Caitlin Clark after her freshman season where she couldn't sell it out at Carver and no one was showing up on the road. I know because I've been watching Caitlin since her freshman year. So then we go back to the junior year Caitlin Clark where she couldn't pack them on the road. She was doing really good at home. She just couldn't pack them on the road. And then we get the Caitlin Clark we see today. Well, not today, but last season in 2024. After the tournament game, after the national championship game with Angel Reese. So Caitlin Clark's sophomore year, she couldn't sell out at home. Some good numbers showed up, but she couldn't sell it out. And no one was showing up on the road. And the ratings were terrible. Underwhelming. Junior year, she got a lot better at home, but couldn't pack them out on the road. Ratings were okay. She still couldn't get 1 million. I think they got 1 million once in her junior year before the Big Ten tournament, once or twice, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So everything happened after Angel Reese chased her around the arena, pointing to her ring finger. That's when everything switched up. That's when everything changed. And we had a race war on Twitter immediately after that because ESPN edited and doctored it in such a way where it made Angel Reese look like she called Caitlin Clark a hoe. And all Angel Reese said was, this ain't no one-woman show. And ESPN was going to commercial. So guess what they did? They clipped it and they took out everything except the O part. So they took out show. So when you watch the clip in its entirety, she goes up to Caitlin and say, this ain't no one-woman show. So ESPN took all that out, put it in slow motion, and made it look like she called Caitlin Clark a hoe. So Dave Portnoy runs to Twitter and calls Angel Reese a black bitch. Now, there's all type of allegations saying that, listen, levied against this dude, Dave Portnoy, essentially is a racist. Some people were saying, listen, this guy, a racist, a rapist, whatever, right? That's essentially what that was. So this is what you're getting into. This is what's going on. And everyone became tribal. You got black people saying, wait a second, that's racist. You don't talk about her like that. So black people who never heard of Angel Reese in their lives, never heard of her in their lives, they all jumped to support Angel Reese. White people who never heard of Caitlin Clark before, they jumped to support Caitlin. So we literally had a race war on social media and everyone became tribal. All because of ESPN making it look like Angel Reese called Caitlin Clark a hoe. So white people, the racist ones, they didn't like that imagery of this black woman, this 6'3" black woman towering over this innocent victim white woman. She looks like a victim and calling her a hoe. Then they show the image of Angel Reese walking her down, pointing at her ring finger and Caitlin Clark trying to ignore her. So it made some of the racist white people think back to the 1950s when black people couldn't dare do such a thing to a white person without being lynched. So some racist white people was like, how dare you? How dare you? We're going to support our own. And everyone went to their corners, became tribal. And overnight, Caitlin Clark got over 900,000 followers on IG and her Twitter account blew up. Now, before this, Caitlin Clark had 20,000 Twitter followers, right? I got a video right now, old receipt, where Caitlin only has 6,000 Twitter followers. I keep telling you, I remember when Caitlin would put out a tweet and she would only have a few likes and it would be like 3 people in the comments. I mean, this is when Caitlin only had 6,000 Twitter followers, right? So at that day, Caitlin Clark had 20,000 Twitter followers. 20,000. Caitlin had under 200,000 Instagram followers. And the next day, she had over 900,000. Think about that. So because of that one moment, we got the 2024 Caitlin, where she's selling out everything at home and selling out everything on the road. And then we get the 2024 rookie year Caitlin, where she's selling out everything and selling out everything on the road. And then here comes the 2025 Caitlin, and things start to dwindle just a little bit at home, okay? Still, like, we saw some empty seats. Ratings took a little bit of a dip. Things weren't the same. It was still going on the road, but obviously the injuries, all of these sorts of things. And now here comes the 2026 season, and we got empty seats all over the place for preseason games. The Valkyries are packing them 18,000. So now we got to judge by the regular season. If these regular season games are piss poor in terms of attendance, then we're getting back to the real Caitlin Clark before Angel Reese pointed to her ring finger. The Caitlin Clark from the sophomore year where she couldn't sell them out at home. Nice crowds, but couldn't sell it out. And then we're getting into the sophomore year, Caitlin Clark on the road when literally like no one was showing up. And then we're getting into the junior year, Caitlin Clark, where the attendance picked up at Carver, but on the road it was still terrible. And this is before the Big Ten tournament, junior year, right? So now we're going back to those days because you can't count a freshman year because it was COVID season. So now we're going back to that before the ring moment, before Angel Reese looked like this big black villain towering over this innocent white victim, before Dave Portnoy called her a black bitch, before everyone became tribal, before Caitlin Clark got like 900-something thousand IG followers overnight. Before all of that happened, so we're getting back to those days. All because idiots like Black and White Sports 2, Ben Daniels, and these other people on YouTube, black and white people, and these idiots on Twitter, black and white people, are telling each other encouraging each other to punish the Indiana Fever because they won't fire Stephanie White. Even though these people were standing on both of their feet, giving a standing ovation when the Fever hired Stephanie White over Christy Sides. These are the same people wanting Christy Sides fired. Then Christy Sides had to educate these people and say, you stupid idiots. It was an Olympic year. We didn't have any practice time, you dummies. So that explains why everything was pure trash. Now we finally got time to practice and you get to see what it looks like. These people want Christy Sides fired because they had no clue that the Fever didn't have any practice time. Fire Christy Sides! Fire Christy Sides! Then these people start celebrating. Yes, 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 Stephanie White. She's going to take us to the promised land. Yay, Stephanie. Here comes all of these injuries. And then Stephanie is like, wait a second, I got to slow it down. We're getting in all of these new faces. They don't know each other. They got to learn each other, build some chemistry, and then I can start adding more layers to it in terms of pace. It's prison ball. It's prison ball. I'm not watching this crap. It's prison ball. Next thing you know, the players got comfortable with each other. They became simpatico, and then the Fever finished 5th in pace. 13 teams, at the end of the season, the Fever finished 5th in pace. But they still didn't want to give Stephanie White any credit. So this season, they're like, wait a second, if Caitlin Clark sucks, we have to have a scapegoat. So they immediately start setting Stephanie White up to be the scapegoat. This is before the draft. This is before expansion draft. This is before the CBA got signed. They were setting Stephanie White up to be the scapegoat just in case Caitlin Clark has another down season. She's the scapegoat. They can never call it prison ball anymore because the Fever are running at a epic, blistering pace in the preseason so far whenever the starters are in. Looks like that's going to be the case if everyone stays healthy. So you can't call it prison ball anymore. So, but they still won't let up off of Stephanie. Stephanie is their scapegoat, right? So just in case Caitlin Clark shoots under 35% from deep, just in case Caitlin's field goal percentage is 39%, she's averaging 5 or 6 turnovers, and she's getting 16 or 17 points. Fever have a losing record. Caitlin doesn't look too good. They're going to find a way to blame Stephanie. It's like you can't call it prison. You can't label it prison ball anymore because even though the Fever having a losing season, even though the Fever will potentially have a losing season, they're top 5 in pace again. So what will it be? Now it's, wait a second, the front office, look at our roster. Now, I called this out before everyone. They were praising these signings, and now they hate them. Well, let's blame Amber Cox. Let's blame Kelly Krauskopf. There's always going to be a scapegoat. Yeah, I think that's fair. They didn't do a good job, but they don't want to tell you the real reason why the Fever couldn't get a lot of people to come here. And all they could really get was Monique Billings and Ty Harris. The real reason is because there's a lot of women who didn't want to play for the Fever because they believe that the Fever fan base are full of a bunch of racist white people and raccoon black people. And they didn't want any of that stuff. And they seen how the Fever fans, Caitlin Clark fans, will turn on her own teammates. Remember last season when someone said Kelsey Mitchell is better than Caitlin? And literally all of the Fever fan base on social media turned on Kelsey Mitchell. Saying horrible things about Kelsey, including Black and White Sports and Ben Daniels, including these other black YouTubers. Clowning Kelsey Mitchell. They were all in the Twitter spaces clowning Kelsey Mitchell, all because someone said Kelsey Mitchell is better than Caitlin Clark. We've seen them turn on Lexi Hall, Caitlin's rookie year and last year, and then Lexi started making her threes. Oh my gosh, we love you, Lexi. We saw them 2 years in a row turn on Aaliyah Boston and then switch it up. We saw them turn on Damiris Dantas, then Damiris started making her threes and they switched it up. Oh, by the way, the idiot you're looking at right there, he does a video and he's trying to clown Damiris Dantas, and then he goes to stats and Damiris is 4 of 6 from deep. I think she scored 16 points and he didn't want to read her stats. He's literally looking at her stats, but he wouldn't read it because it killed it killed his argument. It killed it all. Right? So, like, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. So that's why you couldn't get people to come here. We believe that the Fever fan base are full of a bunch of racist white people and raccoon black people. That's what we believe. And we see how they turn on Caitlin's teammates. Caitlin Clark's fans will turn on her own teammates. We've seen it since she's gotten into this league. We don't want any parts of that. See, everyone thought that everyone would jump to play with Caitlin because proximity to Caitlin would mean growth for your brand. Social media accounts, your overall brand, you'll get more business opportunities, more endorsement deals. That's what they all believed. And everyone said, no, all money isn't good money. All money isn't good money. I'm staying away from that. It's toxic over there. One of the main ones pushing it is the dude you're seeing. And he just does some little nasty, little tacit racist tweet, tongue-in-cheek, racist tweet, ellipsis, Nigeria please, ellipsis. And he knows that black people can't reach through their phone and choke them out. He's hiding in the woods somewhere in Houston, Texas. He knows you can't reach out through your phone and choke him out, right? So he's a hoe, and this is what hoes do. Golden State Valkyries, #1 in team valuations, 850 mil. Look at the Fever, 560. 560. And they're not even close. They're not even close to 850 mil. Not even close. They got a long way to go. You know what? Next year, Golden State will probably be valued at over 900 million or $1 billion. The Fever probably will lose because they're hurting the Fever they're hurting Caitlin Clark trying to hurt the Fever. So when you hurt the Fever, you're hurting Caitlin, and then the team valuation goes down, and it looked like Caitlin Clark isn't at the top of the algorithm anymore. It looks like Caitlin Clark can't push weight. She can't move things the way she was moving it in 2024 or early 2025. She can't move it. Because she has some stupid racist fans. Not all of you, but a lot of you on social media, just stupid racist fans. Let's punish the Fever and force them to fire Stephanie White. And they didn't even realize that they would hurt Caitlin Clark and make Caitlin look bad. Damn, the Fever third. They're not even second. They're not even second. And you can't come up with the excuse, it's an independently owned team. No, this team is owned by an NBA owner, Herb Simon. He owns the Pacers. Just like the Liberty is owned by the NBA owners, Claire and Joe Boussaid. Golden State is owned by the Golden State Warriors owner. So these are all NBA-owned teams, and the Fever can't even come close to 850. Not yet. Not yet. I think what's impressive is Mark Davis at #4, but he owns an NFL team, so that shouldn't be surprising. He got deep pockets. Los Angeles Spark, that's pretty impressive, but they're owned by Magic Johnson and their partners, the same partners that purchased the Dodgers. So, but that's still impressive, but they still got deep pockets. Minnesota, that's pretty bad. That's bad, but that's still good because they're owned by the Minnesota Timberwolves, Alex Rodriguez, and these other owners, these other partners. That's still some deep pockets. Now, the Dallas Wings, that's really impressive. The Dallas Wings, because they are independently owned and they don't have any NBA owners at all. So the Dallas Wings are impressive. The Mystics are owned by the Wizards owners and their partners and all of that. But Connecticut is really pretty amazing because that's the Mohegan Tribe. But now they just sold it to the dude that owns the Rockets, so now they'll be owned by the Rockets. So to me, but the Atlanta Dream, they're saying, are the lowest at 280. Wow. That's just a group of investors or partners who got together to purchase the Atlanta Dream, like Renee Montgomery. But yeah, that's pretty bad. So for me, the one that stand out is like Chicago Sky, independently owned. So Chicago Sky stands out. They're not owned by the Bulls or totally independently owned, not subsidized by the NBA whatsoever. And then the Dallas Wings, independently owned, not subsidized by the NBA whatsoever. So those two teams to me stand out. Los Angeles Sparks, independently owned, not subsidized by the NBA, but they got deep pockets. They have deep pockets. And then the Las Vegas Aces, not subsidized by the NBA, don't have an NBA owner, but they do have Mark Davis and then a minority owner, Tom Brady. So they have some deep pockets. But Golden State dominating the Indiana Fever, y'all. 850 to 560. That's pretty significant. That's pretty significant. And that's what you're witnessing here. So why am I bringing this up? Caitlin Clark has lost some momentum. Why did she lose momentum? Partly because of these stupid people telling you to not purchase tickets to punish the Fever for playing prison ball. We're going to punish the Fever for playing prison ball. And they didn't even realize that they were hurt Caitlin Clark. And the perception of Caitlin Clark ruined. Right? Everyone is supposed to believe that Caitlin is the face and that she moves everything. Well, according to this, the New York Liberty is saying not so fast. The Valkyrie is saying stay way back there. You can never catch up with us. Do you realize that the Fever is going to take the Fever years to become a billion, like their valuation, $1 billion? Because of these stupid fans have set Caitlin Clark back. They've set the Fever back and Caitlin Clark. And so now it's going to take years before the Fever could reach $1 billion. Because their plan is to punish the Fever this season, meaning they're going to punish Caitlin, and it doesn't look like Caitlin can move weight. So the Valkyries, in 2028, they'll be valued at, their valuation will be $1.2 billion or more. The Fever in 2 years, because they're going to take a hit this season, potentially, they might go under 560 or just barely creep to 700 million in 2 years. Golden State just looking at them in a rear view. New York in 2 years will be worth probably 900 million. The Fever in 2 years, 700 million or less because of stupid fans trying to hurt the Fever, didn't even realize that they were hurt Caitlin Clark too. And now you've created this face of the W vacuum that opens the door for Paige and AZ or Asia Wilson or Angel Reese or Rakia Jackson or Sonia Citron, Kiki Ariafan and others. They didn't even see this. They didn't even see. That's how stupid these people are. And that's why you're stuck with Monique Billings. And that's why you're stuck with Ty Harris. Because of racist people like that dude.
I am surprised you haven't been signed yet. I'm surprised the Atlanta Dream. I'm surprised they haven't signed you yet. I'm surprised the Atlanta Dream haven't signed you yet.
Y'all see that? Throws up the civil rights, black power fist and mocks it in front of a bunch of racist white Caitlin Clark fans and some raccoon black people. That's literally what he did. Anybody, he's just laughing and giggling, right? Like, these are the type of sellouts I'm talking about. I mean, he literally spread his booty cheeks for anyone racist and let you know he will tap dance for you any time of the day. It's horrible people, y'all. I'll play that for you one more time.
I'm surprised the Atlanta Dream. I'm surprised they haven't signed you yet. I'm surprised the Atlanta Dream hasn't signed you yet. But who knows? Maybe.
See that? I mean, he doubled down on it. He put it up 2 times just to let you know. Just to let you know that he's willing to trash half of him, half of himself. He's willing to trash half of himself for white support. Because in his mind, I guess he believes all white people are racist or MAGA supporters if you don't have lavender colored hair, right? So if you're not a lesbian or something like that, he believes that you're white, meaning you're racist, unless you have lavender colored hair. And then that would mean you're woke. He thought by mocking the civil rights movement, Black Power Fist, Black Panther Party, civil rights movement, all of that, he believed that white people would get off on that they would love that, and that they will flood his channel with more views and more subscribers. And he was willing to hurt half of himself to do that because he's half black, half white.
Her. I am surprised you haven't been signed yet. I'm surprised the Atlanta Dream. I'm surprised they haven't signed you yet. I'm surprised the Atlanta Dream hasn't signed you yet.
I mean, he got off on that one, y'all. He got off on it. I mean, he got off on that one. He got off on it. Now, Ben Daniels would never do that in front of black people's faces. He wouldn't do it. In front of his own race of people, he wouldn't do that. Now, maybe he would do that against like-minded black people. They will all be chuckling and laughing. They would have a good time mocking the civil rights movement, mocking the Black Panther Party. I mean, he would love that. Okay? They will all love it. But not the real ones. He would never do that. Never in his life. You think he would stand in front of Bernice King's face, Martin Luther King's daughter's face? The Atlanta Dream, they're named after Martin Luther King's famous I Have a Dream speech. So do you believe that he would stand in front of Bernice King and do what he just did in this video? He would never do that. He would never do. Matter of fact, he wouldn't even stand in front of Natasha Cloud's face and do that. He wouldn't do it, y'all. He wouldn't. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. Right? So these are just fake people. And it's like, well, they feel that they can get away with it because they're on social media and you can't touch them. Right? Until some bad news come out. Oh my gosh, Ben Daniels got into a car crash. Oh my gosh, Ben Daniels was on a plane and a plane crash. Oh my gosh, Ben Daniels died of a something. Like, oh, someone is going to come out and say it. Hey, listen, guys, I have to inform you, sadly, Ben Daniels passed away. Or maybe he'll do a video where he has a broken arm or a broken leg. Damn, we haven't seen Ben Daniels make a video in a while. He comes back like a week or 2 later. Guys, I've been really, really sick. I had to have surgery. They found something in my blah, 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 blah. Like, okay. So now we're starting to see judgment. We're starting to see karma. You built up your channel by making fun of black women in the WNBA and black people in general while pumping up Caitlin Clark, hoping that you can get that white support because you believe all white people are racist. And they would love the way you're tap dancing for them. That's why you just mocked the civil rights movement. It's some other videos that are just as brutal as this. Just as brutal, just as disgusting. So when something bad happens to him, he has to think about all of the content he made selling his soul. And these are crumbs. 19,000 views, that's crumbs. That is crumbs compared. Look, how many subscribers he has? How many subscribers? Let me go to this dude's channel. He has 37,000 subscribers, 37.8. That's crumbs. So he's willing to sell his soul for crumbs. So watch this. Let's go to PewDiePie. PewDiePie has 110 million subscribers.
Fucking insane.
110 million subscribers. 37,000 to 100 crumbs. Black and White Sports has 105,000 crumbs. 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 Like, what are we talking? So you're willing to sell your soul for crumbs. You're willing to sell your soul for crumbs. You're willing to mock the civil rights movement, the Black Panther Party for crumbs. You're willing to demean and belittle Black women of the WNBA, not on the Indiana Fever team, and you did attack Kelsey Mitchell last year. So you're willing to try to hurt Black women in the WNBA and Black women in general for 19,000 views, for 20,000 views, 30,000 views. Maybe you might get lucky and get 50,000. For 15,000 views, 10,000 views, you're willing to do that? For crumbs? Man, you sold your soul. Let's go to Black and White Sports. Crazy. So he has 105,000 compared to PewDiePie's 110 million. Crumbs. He sold his soul a long time ago. This channel started out with 36,000 subscribers. Before Caitlin Clark joined his league, he had 36,000 subscribers, y'all. He had essentially what Ben Dangy's podcast has. That was in 2024. Every video he was making once Caitlin got into this league, it was making Angel Reese, all Black women look inferior, look bad, downplaying their successes, everything, while pumping up Caitlyn and calling Black people, certain Black people, thugs, DEI woke, thugs, DEI woke, low IQ, low IQ. I just lost IQ. Like he's saying he just lost IQ points reading certain things. And it played right into some racist fans. And they loved it. And they said he spoke our language. And so they subscribed to him. So you had racist white people subscribe to him. And you got a bunch of raccoons, a bunch of Black people who sell out on their own race of people. So you had a bunch of sellout Black people, a bunch of raccoons, and then you had a bunch of racist white people. And less than a full 2 years, he has 105,000 subscribers, and he started with 37,000 in 2024. That's how much white people love what he was saying when he was calling these Black women and other Black people in general thugs. Low IQ, DEI, woke. Thugs, low IQ, DEI, woke. That's what he was saying. Then it was a couple videos where he was reading comments from people where they were calling Angel Reese a monkey. And he got off on it. I mean, he read it too. These videos aren't videos where he couldn't edit it out. It's not like he went live. He could have said, you know what? I'm not going to read that comment calling Angel Reese a monkey. He read it anyway. And he said it with his chest too, right? He said it with his chest. That's him essentially tacitly calling Angel Reese a monkey without actually calling her a monkey by reading a comment of someone calling her a monkey. So racist white people gravitated towards that stuff. And he built up these subscribers because of it. That's what happened, right? So he sold his soul for crumbs. He sold his soul for crumbs. So this video, he doesn't understand what he's saying with the empty seats, and he's responsible for it. because he was telling them don't buy tickets, right? You don't understand the type of fan base you have. I think this is the video where he, or no. Caitlin Clark fires Indiana Fever after cheap. No, that's not it. This is it, I think. This is the one where he says, yeah, because it's about the theme night of them not celebrating the 250th anniversary. So the 250 year of America. So America's what, 250 years old. And so he didn't like that. And so in this video, he's gonna say, do they not know who their fans are? I mean, Indiana and Texas are essentially the same, like red states, MAGA, all of that stuff, right? Let me get to it. Because he was like, all right, so we're going to get past all of this. All right, so here it is, the theme nights.
CFC new season, an account that's been around a good long while now, got nearly 7,000 followers, posted this earlier. And I was going to make a video on this, but this really, boy, the comment, the quote, tweet, really caught my, Season opener, Pride Night, Black Excellence Night? If we had a White Excellence Night, can you literally hear the Death Star blowing up a planet?
Well, you used to have white excellent nights all the time. And then you had to integrate. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Get the hell out of here.
Night, Freddie's birthday, Pink for a Purpose. Okay, I can get down with that. Fan Appreciation Night. In case you're wondering and you're noticing here, this got brought up, right? This got brought up. Let's just go back. Let's go back one. No 250th year anniversary. Really? This is quote unquote America's team. Supposedly. No 250th anniversary celebration for our country. None of that. What? What a great thing to have brought. I'm ashamed that I didn't think of this. Because yeah, it's an issue. It is. The Fever is so out of touch with its fan base. The Fever think that the fan base is Seattle's fan base. Or somewhere like, no. America's team. Really? Do you love America or not? Even the NFL at the draft, and the NFLs went woke a long time ago, even they celebrated. That needs a lot more attention. No 250th year America celebration. That's a problem. That's a problem, folks. I don't know. I don't know what we've done here. I don't know how'd the franchise get out of hand again. I'm sorry, Christy. I mean, seriously, my bad. I mean,
so
good. Like, sorry, make the face that I make.
Yeah, so that dude right there. So he believes that the Fever fan base are a bunch of racist white people. They think the Fever, do they not know who their fan base is? They believe it's like the Seattle Storm fan base. And he's generalizing all of the Seattle Storm's fan base into believing that they all believe the same thing. Okay. So yeah, that's what in his mind, he's saying that the Fever fan base are majority white And if they're a majority white, 9 times out of 10, they're MAGA, meaning they're probably racist. That's what he's saying. And then he's wondering why the Fever could only get Monique Billings and Ty Harris to want to join the team. You have got to be insane, crazy, stupid if you somehow believe that Lynn Dunn, Kelly Krauskopf, and Amber Cox were not trying to swing for the fences with some of these big time free agents. And they turn them down. Turned them down. It's not worth it. If I don't pass the ball to Caitlyn, they're going to say I'm looking off Caitlyn. I'm trying to sabotage Caitlyn, and they're going to attack me on social media. If I go 0 of 8 from the 3-point line, they're going to call me. They're going to say that, she's trash, trade her. That was a wasted signing. The Fever wasted money. And they're going to trash her like they just did Damaris Dantas. Listen, have you noticed that Rosalina Lee, who made her channel off of Caitlin Clark, Rachel Demita, who was losing her channel until she started making Caitlin Clark videos, Adrian Ross, who made her channel off of Caitlin Clark, all of these other black YouTubers, the majority of them, and Black and White Sports, not a single video about this. Why? Because it makes Caitlin Clark look bad. Not a single video about this because it makes Caitlin Clark look bad. You don't believe me? Check this out. Check this out. See, they don't want to highlight. It makes Caitlin look bad. Now, there's a silver lining in this. There's a win for Caitlin. This doesn't happen without Caitlin, right? There's a win for Caitlin there, except for the Valkyries, because the Valkyries already had their team before Caitlin got into this league. The Valkyrie had already sold out of their season tickets before Caitlin got into this league. Right? So you can never give the Valkyries, you can never give Caitlin credit for the Valkyries because that was already done. Just like you could never give Caitlin credit for the Los Angeles Sparks and the Connecticut Suns selling out TD Garden in Boston or wherever it's called, because those tickets were sold before the 2024 season for Iowa Hawkeyes even began. Those tickets were already sold before Caitlin ever declared. So like it's some things you can give, a lot of things you can give her credit for, but you can't give her credit. You cannot give her credit for the Valkyries. You can't do it. And you can't give her credit for the Connecticut Sun and LA Sparks sold out game in Boston. Because that was done. Those tickets were sold before her 2024 season in college ever started. Okay, so they don't want to talk about this. You see this? So watch it. You don't believe me? Watch. Let's go back. Let's go back to Black and White. But first, let's go to Ben Daniels. Where's the team? Now, see, if the Fever were number one.
Guess what we're calling a spade a spade.
Listen, if the Fever were number one, he would have those videos out, right? Let's go to this channel. If the Fever were number one, he would have team valuation videos out. But because the Fever, they're ranked number 3, and they're not even worth $600 million, he doesn't want to make that video because it doesn't make Caitlin Clark look powerful. It doesn't make her look like the leader. It doesn't make her look like the face. It doesn't make her look like she's the most influential. It just doesn't. So he didn't make a video about it. Let's go to Black and White Sports. We're going to go see. Listen, y'all, they do this all of the time. They will never share anything that makes Caitlin look bad because this is a form of terrorism. They're scared you're going to unsubscribe. They're scared. Their channels were built off of Caitlin, and they don't want to go against Caitlin. By highlighting this, you're not going against Caitlin. You're saying the Fever were terrible. Caitlin is now with the Fever. The Fever are 3rd in the league, and they're worth almost $600 million. That's a win. But because the Fever aren't number 1, they don't want to make that video because it doesn't make Caitlin look all powerful. Watch this. You would think that video would have been out. This dude would have had that video out. Where's the team valuations video? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found, right? Because it doesn't make Caitlin Clark look good. Let's go to Rosalina Lee. She made her channel off of Caitlin. Watch this. I mean, she literally just said, she said in the other video, Caitlin Clark has the best ball handling ability of any guard in the WNBA. That's how much she's willing to sell her soul. Okay, that she literally said Caitlin Clark has the best ball handling ability of any guard in the WNBA. I swear to God, she said that. Ridiculous. Okay, where's the team valuations video, Rosalina? It doesn't, listen, if the Fever were number one, she would have made that video. Nowhere to be found. Let's go to Rachel Demita, because I tagged them in this video. Anytime I make a video calling out certain YouTubers, I tag them. I tag them. I want you to see me talk about you. I tag Rachel, Rosie. I tag Black and White, Ben Daniels, Adrian Ross. I want you to see this. They can make a video showing you how many times I tagged them. When I'm talking about you, I want you to know I'm talking about you. Where? You see, she tried to go back to the NBA, but people keep rejecting the NBA. I told y'all with Rachel, the whole plan, the whole motive. Rachel Demita wants you to follow her for the NBA and not the WNBA. And so she'll try to integrate NBA content within a WNBA content, hoping that at some point you would watch her NBA content because that's what she really wants to talk about. And then if she starts averaging over 30 or 50,000 views for her NBA content, she'll barely touch the WNBA. Okay? That's her whole plan. That's her whole plan, is to lure you away from the WNBA, because all she really wants to cover is the NBA. She don't want anything to do with the WNBA. It's a grift. Okay? But the people keep rejecting the NBA content. So she was like, damn, I think I built up enough cachet, enough credibility, enough equity where these fans would start supporting my NBA content, and they're saying, Rachel, we don't care about men's basketball. We just don't. We see what you're trying to do. It's not working. So here, take these 13,000 views and keep moving. And the next video you do is going to be about the Fever or some WNBA content. You're going to get 30, 40,000 views. We're showing you what we will support and what we won't support. You keep trying to force this NBA stuff on us so you can finally just talk about the NBA all of the time and barely touch the WNBA, because that's what you really want to do. And we're rejecting you, right? Rachel is a snake. So where's the valuations? Nowhere, you guys. Nowhere. Okay, she finally did good with an NBA video, but it was about Bill Simmons. Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. So let's go to Adrian Ross. What's it? The Adrian Ross show. Where's her team valuations video? Right? She has 61,000 when before Caitlin jumped into this league, this woman had under 1,000 subscribers. Under 1,000. Look at what Caitlin did for her channel. So she's going to be loyal to Caitlin until the death of her. So watch this. No team valuations video. None. Why? Because it would make Caitlin look bad. You see that? And it's that way with every last one of these Caitlin Clark YouTubers. Not a single video about team valuations, because it would make Caitlin look bad. Not a single video. Not one. Not one. Trying to hide it, y'all. Trying to hide it. And like I said, it's really, really, really pathetic. It really is. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. So, yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about, you guys. These people thought that they were going to hurt the Fever, but they end up hurting Caitlin Clark instead. And that's why you got stuff like this, right? That's why Golden State gets the dub. That's why New York gets the dub. You understand? And then this is only going to go down or barely get to 600 million. Well, I'm not going to say that. I don't know, because it depends on how much they're going to try to hurt Caitlin Clark during the season, especially if the Fever start losing games. So next year you check team valuations and it may not even be, it may not even hit 650 million next season. I think it'll hit 600 million. I don't believe it'll hit 650. But next year, Golden State most likely will be at $1 billion or very close to $1 billion. 950 million, 970 million. And the Fever are still stuck in the 600s. New York will probably be worth 725 million, 750 million next year. Probably 800 million, depending on how successful they are this season. Because they don't have fans trying to tear them down. See, there's peace in Golden State, even though I don't like Natalie Nakase or Ohima Nianen, but there's peace in Golden State. There's peace with the Liberty. They don't have their fans trying to tear each other apart, trying to tear the players apart. That's not what's going on. There's peace in Seattle. There's peace with the Mercury. There's peace with the Aces. There's peace with the Sparks, other than some Sparks fans being upset that Reagan Peebly traded away Rickea Jackson. There's still peace with the Sparks. There's peace in Minnesota. There's peace with the Dallas Wings. There's peace with the Chicago Sky, other than some Chicago Sky fans upset that the Chicago Sky traded away Angel Reese. But there's peace with there's more peace with the Sky than there is with the Fever, because they don't have Sky fans trying to tear each other down. Right? Now, are there some Sky fans upset saying we're not going to renew our season tickets because you got rid of Angel Reese? Sure. But the vast majority of them, they don't feel that way. I don't believe so. But at least on social media, that's not what's going on. Right? They're not trying to tear each other apart. They're just upset that the Sky got rid of Angel Reese. They'll get over it once the Sky start winning games. Once the Sky is in the semifinals or potentially could make the finals, they'll get over it. We got to put our differences aside. Right? I was mad that they traded Angel Reese, but we're in the semifinals. I got to back my team. And all that stuff would be out of the window. And everyone would just, it would be peace, love, and unity with the Chicago Sky. It's not an issue. There's peace with the Washington Mystics, so much so that now you got a bunch of Fever fans saying that they want to start supporting the Mystics. There's peace with the Connecticut Sun, other than fans are pissed that they're going to go to Houston. But they're not trying to tear their own players apart. That's not what's going on. Okay? There's peace with the Atlanta Dream. Peace. That's what it is, y'all. There's peace with the Toronto Tempo. There's only one team that is 100% negative, and that's the Indiana Fever, where you have the fans of Caitlin Clark trying to hurt the Indiana Fever franchise by saying we're not going to purchase tickets, and we're going to show you that we want you to fire Stephanie White. We want the entire front office gone. We're going to punish you for what you did to Caitlin Clark last year, which was nothing. They didn't do anything wrong to her. We're going to punish you for whatever. And they didn't even realize that they were going to hurt Caitlin Clark. So now Caitlin Clark doesn't look like the face of the WNBA because there's empty seats all over the place, right? So there's empty seats last night. This is what, 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes to go to get to halftime, and look at all of these empty seats, right? Look at all of these empty seats last night. Okay, so this is before team introduction. This is before team introduction. Look at all of these empty seats. Because they want to punish the Fever and didn't realize that they were going to punish Caitlin Clark too. These are not smart people. These are not smart people. And I said Caitlin got to get a hold of her fan base because they're completely out of control. And they're going to end up hurting Caitlin Clark. They're going to make Caitlin Clark look bad. I've been saying this. Caitlin has to say something and get a hold of her fan base because they're going to make Caitlin Clark look bad. And that's what's going on right now. Caitlin kept her mouth shut. Her fans got out of control. And now they're making Caitlin look bad because they want to make the Fever look bad, but they're making Caitlin look bad. They're breaking Caitlin's heart. They are literally breaking Caitlin's heart. That's what's going on. It's disgusting. It's absolutely. I got to get ready to do this live stream, y'all. So let me end this one, and then I will be live streaming every single game coming on tonight.